What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Xman Co. Guess what we're doing today? Today we're building a biltong box. Stay tuned. As you guys can see in front of here, we've got a 56 litre container, see-through, which are really the best. You want to try and make sure it's a see-through for the mere fact that you want to be able to see what's going on inside. Over here we've got a lamp. Now that's a question a lot of guys are asking, what kind of bulb do I need to use? Remember guys, you don't want to create huge heat, just warm air. And therefore incandescent light is perfect. LED is not going to work, it's not going to give off enough heat. You want to try and stay under 40 watts, preferably for a box like this. I like to use a 28 watt. Then we've got a small lead and a holder for the lamp. We've got mesh that we're going to use right at the bottom. I'm going to show you in a bit how to use that. And then on this side, we've got some electrical cable for the fan. I've got a 220 fan, 220 volts. That's our current that we have here in South Africa. Obviously, if you want to use 12 volt, you're more than welcome, but you need a transformer for that. I just didn't want two plugs to work with, so I keep it simple, 220 for everything, my light and my fan. The fan is completely optional. The reason we use a fan, the light's going to give us that warm air rising up, and the fan's going to extract it much quicker. And therefore, this whole process of doing your biltong or your drywalls just going to happen much quicker as well. Always make sure when working with electrical cables or any electrical component that you are qualified to do so, or you use a person that is qualified and can help you with that. How does the biltong box work? Let's talk about that quickly. At the bottom, we're going to have this incandescent light, 28 volts, like I said earlier. We're going to have some open vents as well. These vents are going to allow air to come in. The bulb's going to heat up that air that's coming through those holes, and therefore it's going to rise. Normally you would just have vents on the top. Like I said, we're going to use a fan. We want to expedite this whole process, and all that air is just going to run over your biltong or your drywalls and escape your box. Please go look in the description below or somewhere in the screen a little bit later. I'll leave a link for you guys where I've made biltong. I've made that in a dehydrator. If you guys want to know the difference, a dehydrator basically pushes the air from the top outwards at the bottom, and this is a proper biltong drying box. Over here, like I explained, comes to the bottom and we take it over all the biltong right to the top. Then for the guys liking drywalls, once that video is out, it will also be in the description below, and I'll leave the link somewhere for you guys. So do keep a lookout for that. That's one amazing video dropping soon or out already. Without further ado, let's get straight into building our biltong dryer. So components you're going to need, we're using a 56 litre clear container. You're going to need dowel sticks. We're using 10mm. You can use 6mm if you want. Incandescent light, 28 volt. You're also going to need a fan, which is optional if you want to do that, and electrical cable. You're going to need a cheap mesh. Doesn't have to be expensive at all. And then also your fitting for your light bulb, your electrical cable, and a plug. As you can see, we've got a full unit here. Tools you're going to need today for this project is going to be a drill. You're also going to need a hole saw, the same size as your fan. If you decide to use a fan, you're going to need a 10mm drill bit for your dowel sticks, 6mm for the electrical cable and to fit your light bulb. Then you're also going to need screwdriver to fit the light bulb together with the spanner for the nut. We've got crimpers here for electrical work. You're definitely going to need a tape measure, a hacksaw, also going to need insulation tape for electrical work, and then maybe the most important of all of the tools is your permanent marker, just to mark the spots where you want to cut and drill your biltong box. What we're going to do, we're going to use this spot for our fan. Note on the side here it says airflow and direction. Direction is not so much an issue, as this is an AC fan, so these wires could go either way. As you can see, what's important is the airflow though. You don't want to push the air down, you want to extract the airflow for this arrow shoot point upwards. Once we got our fan and our light installed, it's time to test it. Look at that. Whoa, and it's blowing perfectly. Now guys, remember we don't have the holes at the bottom yet. We're going to do them now, so don't keep this fan on too long. Let's make those holes quickly. As you guys can see, I've made sure that there's some extra extension for the fan. Those are for the guys deciding to add the fan. So when you take the lid off, that you've got some space to move the lid and doesn't curl up straight away next to this box. Right, so we're going to do the sides, and we've got a 50mm diameter hole saw that we're going to use. I'm going to make 2 holes on either side, left and right of the light, and straight on the other side, exactly the same place. We're also going to make 2 holes on top either side, and that's basically just to make sure enough air rises and get out of this box so it can flow over your drivers or your biltong. Next step is our dowel sticks. So measure your container from one side to the other and make sure that you leave an extra gap of about 1 centimeter aside. So basically you want to cut it 2 centimeter bigger than the width of your container. We want 6 rails here that we could use. You could go just with 2 if you want, and maybe space it out like that, leaving a small gap in the middle for the light. Basically, also that's going to allow you to clean your bin every now and again after each use. We like to put some paper at the bottom as well, just to make sure that all the drippings go onto the paper and you can, just swap it out with new paper. The last thing you want to do is put a rail right over the light. If you do that and you hang meat over there, it'll just drip on the light and that will be a complete disaster. If you need to, you'll just have to play with it, have less meat around the light and space it out a little bit. Guys, there you have it. All we need to do now is the mesh on all the holes we did at the bottom and also the top. Remember, we want to keep those flies out. Let's do it. Guys, there you have it. We've got a biltong box, we've got a switch, and it works. There's so much air coming out of here. It's almost like an overkill. I know that this fan's going to do great over here. It's going to expedite this process. It's going to be beautiful. Most of my videos, I'm so used to at this point, I taste something and I give a review and it's either great or it's not. And at this stage, I'm actually at an impasse. I'm not sure what to do. All I can say, guys, we're going to do some drivers. Just now, we're going to get it in here and soon you're going to see that video. Once it's up, I'll put a link in the description and up here somewhere for you. Guys, there you go, biltong box is done. If you like what you're doing, you know the story. Like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one.